Pokemon Emerald Imperium is a challenging and quality of life focused ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald, inspired by Pokemon Red Skull Red. This game is so difficult that Dawn and several trainers from the Sinnoh region are here to challenge you in battle. Plus, introduce brand new Mega Evolutions, including for the Gen 4 starters. If you're up for the challenge, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's dive in to see what Imperium has in store. This game starts off just like the original, and it's always a nostalgic trip to jump back into this world. The first twist, you don't see Professor Burge being attacked by a Pokemon. Instead, he's calmly chilling in his lab. He even let us choose which generation Pokemon we want to start with. I went with Piplup, following the game's playful nod to its title, and hey, watching your Pokemon follow you around in the Pokemon Emerald ROM hack is just too cool. Leveling up in this game is quite fast. I even learned Bubble Beam at level 11. Before I knew it, I was thrown into my first rival battle. I was seriously over level for that fight, and it turns out to be way more intense than I expected. Plus, the Professor hooked us up with a ton of items, infinite rare candies or shiny charms. What is this game even about? I'm only using this though to save some time while I focus on beating the game the normal way, I guess. I love the little details too on how Norman has his Pokemon right by his side, and the fact that the experience shares comes free. Keep in mind that there's a level cap at some point, so it doesn't really matter. Regardless, I took on the first Aqua member and I nearly lost it since you can't use any items in this battle, and I'm not someone who's really good at those hardcore Pokemon games, and I hope that I won't struggle too hard on it. But anyways, while making my way to the next town, it was time to go against Dawn from the Sinnoh region, and she completely wiped me out. Like I said, I didn't expect that. I'm used to just playing with my starter, and now that's when I realized I needed to build a stronger team. So I ended up catching a Starly and a Rotz, and Starly eventually evolving to Staravia. Facing Dawn again, her first Pokemon, a Bunnery, fell easy to Piplup's Bubble Beam. Next was a Noibat, which I took down by spamming Pluck, and then a Piplup that went down just as quickly. It was crazy that I managed to win using only Piplup. One thing was certain, the game was only going to get harder, and I have to be extra careful with my team choices. In the tunnel, I found a Ghastly, a great ghost poison type that I knew will be useful for this run. Then came an unexpected battle against Leader Rock. His first Pokemon is Shieldon, was a breeze, but his Tyrant caught me off guard with an electric move that one-shotted both Ghastly and me. Realizing I needed more options, I caught a Sandygast. With Sandygast in my lineup, I was able to burn one of Rock's tougher Pokemon before using the rest of my team to seal the victory. Things really starting heating up when it was time for Gym Leader Roxanne. She sent down 4 Pokemon. The first one was a Rhyhorn, which Piplup handled with ease, followed by a special Whooper with Water Absorb. I ended up losing a few Pokemon during the fight, but once again, Sandygast came through by defeating her last few months. After the battle, I collected the first badge, and the level cap increased, Piplup evolving to Prinplup, and Rats evolved as well. Team Aqua wasn't done yet, and then it was round 2 with May. At least her team wasn't as challenging as the gym leaders. Next up was Gardenia, and thankfully her battle was a lot easier. Ghastly evolving to Hunter, and I'm hoping it can evolve into Gengar without trading. After that, I sent Cell for D4 town, where I cut a run for the team and even received a bunch of free freebies from Steven himself. Then came gym leader Brawly. He opened with a Pikachu, which I dispatched with Bulldoze, followed by a Gurdurr that I burned down before switching to Staravia. When his big guy appeared, Stara just couldn't do the job, so I switched to Hunter, whose sleep-inducing moves were a lifesaver. For his Lyra I relied on Prinplup Bubble Beam, and when his Sandblast showed up, Hunter put it to sleep, allowing my other Pokemon to dish out the damage. In the end, even though this battle was a real test, I managed to pull through. Next was Slamport, and by level 30, I got Gardevoir to my team and evolved Shinx into a Luxray. After a few more Team Aqua encounters and even catching an Axew, I realized I needed to switch it up my team depending on the battle. In the next rival battle, my best Pokemon was Gardevoir, dominating, earning me even more valuable items. Soon after, I faced Wally, and thanks to Gardevoir, I came out on top. Then came Leader Watson, whose Mega Luxray completely decimated my team. I had to rethink my strategy. So far, my best tactic was using Hypnosis and hoping the opponent's Pokemon stayed asleep. I'm hoping to evolve my Hunter into Gengar soon, which will help a lot. After many attempts, I finally nabbed the Dynamo badge along with some Mega Stones. Once I get the Mega Ring, things will get even more interesting. By this point, my team had hit level 44 and was fully evolved. On my way to the next gym, I bumped into Dawn again. This time she brought Mega Pokemon to the battle while I was still without any. I couldn't wait to get Mega Apollon. Despite the fight, I managed to defeat her, and she even gave me the item to get my Empoleon to evolve into his Mega form, and I can't wait for that. Determined to catch as many Pokemon as possible to ease oncoming battles, I fought Leader Fantina and scored TM Psychic, Shadow Ball, and more Mega Stones, including a Giga-Right. After battling some Team Magma members, I finally reached my first battle against Maxi. Surprisingly, his team wasn't as tough as I expected, and the fight wrapped up quickly. Even though every battle makes me nervous, I'm steadily growing as a trainer. Next up was Flannery. I completely reworked my team for this battle. It took a lot of trial and error, but eventually, I found a winning strategy. After that win, May gift us the Mega Ring. Finally, a major power boost. Although this game made it a real chore to get surf, I had to fight multiple opponents just for that. I even managed another challenging battle against Wally, which now felt a bit routine. After picking up extra Mega and TM items in Trick Room, it was time for a major showdown, battling our fodder. No Man's team was no joke. He had several overpowered Pokemon, including one that transformed into a Mega form mid-fight. I'm just glad that I'm getting better as I progress and collecting some great items along the way. Only 3 badges to go, but there's still a long road ahead. I took on Wallace next, snagging even more Mega Stones and beating additional Team Aqua members, then came another battle with May. My team handled her with ease, and I kept racking up useful items. Soon, I faced Gym Leader Winona. Her flying types were no match for my Luxray, making this battle the easiest of them all. A welcome change. After another gym victory and some extra items, I took on Dawn once more and added even more items to my collection. I even snagged a Master Ball. Now, will I catch a legendary Pokemon? You will find out soon enough. Hopefully we can. Next, I battled Archie, and this fight was surprisingly straightforward. I feel like I'm well on my way to becoming a champion. Inside a house battle, I faced a guy who gave me a Darkrai for winning. I'm still debating whether to swap it for my Gengar, but hey, it's Darkrai, so why not give it a shot? In another fight, I begged a Mew, though I'm not planning to use it. Then came the battle against Liz and Tate. I was expecting a brutal fight, but my team handled it even though I lost a few Pokemon along the way. One more badge stood between me and the Elite Four, and even though I was expecting another rematch with Maxi, Drake and Steven team up to save the day instead. Let's go. Leveling up, I discovered a new spot where I caught a Tapu Bulu. I wasn't too familiar with this region, but it definitely looked like a great addition for later. In Magma's hideout, I even found another Master Ball. I didn't know you could get more than one in this game. I ended up keeping Gengar over Darkrai because it's been so reliable. When it came time to face Maxi again, he pulled out a Master Ball to catch Groudon. His toughest challenge was his Primal Groudon, followed by his Mega Camera. My only hope was keeping Dolphin alive, and thanks to that strategy, I managed to win. Groudon then escaped him from Maxi's Master Ball. Wonder if he will ever have a chance to catch it before facing the Elite Four. On the Aqua side, I had to beat 2 admins back to back without a loss, and the same challenge awaited on the Magma side, by the way. I pushed through and won both matches. Then came another boss battle, this time against Archie, who had caught Kyogre with a Master Ball like Maxi. Thankfully, my Mega Luxray made short work of Primal Kyogre. I won the battle with only 1 Pokemon remaining, thanks goodness. Next up is the Sky Pillar, where you normally encounter Rayquaza to stop the chaos between Kyogre and Groudon. But in this run, no. Drake captured Rayquaza and demanded a battle. This turns out to be the hardest fight yet. I lost countless times before finally finding a strategy that worked. Drake won't be returning to the Elite Four, so I'm left wondering who's next. Then came the final gym leader battle against Juan. His fairy type proved to be a piece of cake. I couldn't help but feel on top of the world. After all, I'm the best trainer in the single player mode, right? With that win, I collected all the badges. I went back to Sky Pillar, hoping that I could catch a Rayquaza, and no, the door has been closed. God damn it. So yeah, I guess the challenge is gonna be hard. Speaking of challenge, I went against Volkner for a price, and he gave me a Zeraora, whatever his name is. Looking cool though. I even found a Jirachi in the grass near the cave, so I decided to just say fuck it and use my Master Ball since I can't get Rayquaza anyways, man. I'm still sad about that situation. Anyways, one more battle against May was on the horizon. As always, her team wasn't too challenging. Dawn, on the other hand, gave me a slightly tougher fight, but I managed to beat her like I always do. And before facing the Elite Four, I had to go through one last battle against Wally. Spoiler alert, I won that one too. Now, here we are, the Elite Four. Sydney was up first, and his battle wasn't too bad. Phoebe and Glacia followed, and I still can't believe how well my team has performed since the beginning, especially considering I'm not usually great at these super hard Pokemon games. Then came the final Elite Four member. It's Cynthia. I expected to struggle, but with my team synergy and by spamming Phantom Force at just the right moments, I managed to take her down despite her legendary lineup. For the final showdown, I had to face not one, but 2 goddamn champions, Steven and Wallace. The battle kicked off with 2 Empoleons in the new form. I used Earthquake with Donphan to dish out some serious damage and switched to Dragon Ball and Phantom Force to take out the first one. The second Empoleon hung around a bit, so after he took down my Dolphin, I switched to Gardevoir. Next, I encountered custom form Palkia, which kept forcing me to switch Pokemon with its unique attack, but my Dragon Ball eventually finished him off. Then came Suicune, and although it took some time, I managed to defeat it. Once Wallen's team was focused solely on Steven's Pokemon, as dispatched his Empoluan, Primal Dialga, and finally his famous Metagross. I was down to just my Opalion at the end, but in an epic twist, my starter managed to secure the final win. And just like that, I defeated champion Steven Wallace. This battle turns out to be easier than I anticipated, and now I'm officially the champion of the ON region once again. This game was incredibly fun and challenging, and if you enjoyed this run, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.